yet more sealed of the new set, Guilds of Ravnica. See what we open here. Infinite Golgari cards is what we've opened. Infinite Golgari cards. So Undercity Uprising is not very good. We opened a Rouserac. Alright. Sort by rarity. Yet another Planeswalker. What else do we have? Mnemonic Betrayal. This is the new Yawgmoth's Will, right? You may cast this card this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast its spells. How good do we people think this is? We have like 0 blue cards, yeah. Like in super long, grindy sealed games, I could see this being fine. Chromatic Lantern. 5 color nonsense incoming, maybe. Atrata is great. Fine Finality is messed up. Firemind's Research is like maybe good? You need a lot of instants or sorceries for it to be good, I think. It's probably not very good. Spider is whatever. Like, perfectly reasonable, but... You think 5 color nonsense is best here, as always. As always. We have no white cards. Jeez. Well. Think the pool's telling us not to play white. What guild did I pick? We didn't pick a guild, we're just doing the competitive one. Alright, so I guess we start by looking at our black. 3 dead weights, what? Hired Poisoner is decent too. Hired Poisoner is like just better than Pitiless Gorgon most of the time, I think. I have a ton of guild gates, I really do. They're all in like Golgari too, which is nice. Vicious Rumor seems bad. Burglar Rat is fine. Plague Crafter seems decent if you can like put some Burglar Rats in your deck. Bats is good. Price of Fame is excellent. Deadly Visit is good. What does this do? 1 time to target opponent for each creature in your graveyard. This seems medium. Well, black's pretty solid, right? The Golith has been excellent. Which one's the Golith? The Goliath, the Giant. Has it really been that good for you? Just in games that go long, it just deals 5, I guess. Maybe we can consider this one. So the black's really solid. Deals more than 5, seriously. It's kind of gross. Yeah, games do go to decking sometimes, that's true. What's our green like? Because black-green is looking appealing. Because we got this, like, fine finality. The Shaman's kind of whatever. The Gorgons are fine. This seems bad to me. You have to discard spells to make it like a 4/4. It just doesn't seem worth it. It seems... That's like a very real cost, having to discard creatures to make this bigger. I think this card is just really underpowered. Creatures you control gain Death Touch. And then a creature you control fights a creature you don't control. Most of the time when you're fighting creatures against each other, your creature's bigger than theirs though, right? So the Death Touch just doesn't matter. So this seems really bad. 6/6. It's like maybe 6 mana. Threat of activation, sure, but it's still a 2/2 for free. And like it isn't even that threatening, so you force them to discard creatures if you block, right? I don't know, this doesn't seem good to me, but we shall see. So all these gold cards are like kind of whatever. Like I could see playing the Shaman if we're heavy in green-black, but Notion Rain is great. Mnemonic Betrayal. So all cards. So how do people feel about this card? It seems really good if the games are super grindy, but otherwise it seems pretty bad in most normal games. Yeah, it's probably just that's my assumption. That's my assumption. Hypothesis was great. Crackling Drake is very good, but also hard to cast. I'm just going to put all, like, the good-looking cards in a pile here, and then we'll figure out what direction we want to head in. Yeah, I think Betrayal is probably not great, is my suspicion. And if we play a matchup where it looks like it could be good, we can board it in. Alright. These things seem like a mana too expensive. I think if you're heavy in green, you can play them, but the spider's nice. The worm is probably reasonable as well. The recluse has been really impressive. Like a free drop that just blocks all their flyers has seemed really impressive to me. Like, this is a free drop that stretches into the late game, right? It's good against the aggressive decks, but also just, like, blocks 3/4 flyers. Urban Utopias. These 2-drops are decent. Might of the Masses is decent. We have some nice green, honestly. Our green is not bad. What's our red like? The field is not bad either, if we have enough instants or sorceries. You can point that out, Espion. I am an exceedingly lucky person. Oh, the Hellkite Whelp is very reasonable. This is good if we're aggressive, but I don't think we're going to be aggressive. The Boar. Again, this is good if we're aggressive, but I don't think we're going to be because our white is so shallow. This is probably fine in any deck, realistically. Yeah, our red's kind of shallow. Maybe we'd just be splashing for Rao. Our red feels a bit shallow to me. Like, all the cards are aggressively slanted. Whereas I feel like our black wants to be pretty controlling, and I feel like we want to be playing black. Kind of like the look of Grixis. We could try out Grixis in a minute. Just gonna finish looking through these cards, then we'll start building some decks. So I actually kind of liked the crab, honestly. Oh, this is great. Muse Drake is excellent. Mystic is pretty good. Wow, our blue is shallow, but like so many of the cards are good. You feel very sad, Mafioso. I guess you just force green white and cross your fingers. We have a couple removal spells here, but other than that, there's just like nothing going on in white. Alright, what are we doing? Probably building Grixis. There's also the option of like black-green. Or, I guess, Sultai. But we really want to play Rao if possible. We don't have that many instants or sorceries for the -3. But honestly, even just like plussing with Rao is probably pretty good a lot of the time. You probably only need like a couple instants or sorceries in the yard for the minus to be decent. Yeah, blue-black splash Rao seems reasonable. We'd probably cut the Electromancer. Like, we kind of don't need early creatures in this deck because of the deadweights, right? The deadweights mean you don't actually need early threats to block. Yeah, Rao, like, cantrips and gains 6 life as, like, a floor. And then the ceiling is you win the game, which seems acceptable. The Gorgons seem a little awkward. I think I agree. I think I'm planning on cutting one. At the very least. Acceptable ceiling confirmed. Let's take a look at the mana before we go any further here. Take a look at what our mana is looking like. So you can probably play an Izzet Locket, but not play the Chromatic Lantern. Like this seems kind of reasonable. I don't even know that we need the Gateway Plaza, but our mana costs honestly aren't that harsh in this deck. Yeah, free Deadweight is something. It means you just don't need 2-drops, right? Which is great. Because these are better than 2-drops a lot of the time. But they also kill your opponent's early things, so they can't run you out of the gate. Play the Locket, is it good? Oh my god. I think I like the Locket here. In all honesty. I guess we have Notion Rains to cast on free too, but I think the Locket's gonna be nice. It's kind of sad the Locket doesn't tap for black, because then you could like go turn free, play this, play a Deadweight, which would be really appealing. So here we want 1 red source, because we've got the Locket. We have 5, 6, 7 black, so we really want an 8 at the very least. We have 2, 3, 4 blue, and this has us at 8. This is 12, 13, 14, 15 lands. Sorry. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lands. 15, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So something like this. Oh, this has us at 19 lands. That was a mistake. Oh, it put forests in our deck? Modo. What are you doing to me? 1 Golgari Guildgate for the split card. Ooh, that's reasonable for finality. And we have the Gateway Plaza too. We can actually like reasonably cast that some amount of the time then. I don't know how often you're casting the backup mode in Sealed though, but and like having another tap land in our deck when we already have 3 is a downside. I don't know. I think I'm happy just having just the Gateway Plaza for the backup mode. I think we're going to be casting Find a lot of the time. We don't have that many creatures in this deck, I guess. Let's cut the Crab. Or the Giant. I kind of want to cut the Giant. We just don't have many creatures in this deck for the ETB. And then we need to get 1 more card, which is probably the Unexplained Disappearance. This deck doesn't take advantage of bounce spells very well. How does this look? This deck looks great. I know, right? I'm pretty into it. Alright, before we play any matches with this, I am very quickly gonna build black-green. I doubt we're gonna end up playing it, but I'm kind of curious. Maybe it's just not worth building. We do have the Hatchery Spider as the thing. The Worm. That's probably just worse than this, let's be honest. Like, the Golgari Gold cards just aren't even that good. No cover-ups. There is a very real chance of decking with this deck, you're not wrong. A Trotter helps with that a tiny bit, I guess. We do not have many ways to kill our opponent. Jeez. I guess that's where we want the black-green deck built up, huh? In case we play against someone who can deck us out, we need a backup deck. Alright, we need a backup deck that can actually kill people. In case we face, like, a deck where we just risk decking out. It is the perfect name, isn't it? I guess we'd start by copying this. So this is just gonna have a bunch of Arboretum Elementals and a Chromatic Lantern. This is just clearly great, right? This is like the Control Mirror deck. Rao, yeah, we should have Rao on this for sure. This is the Super Greed Control Mirror deck. For when we don't want to deck out. Oh, we should probably have the dragon in the Grixis deck, huh? Should probably have the dragon in the Grixis deck. Play 41 in this. Oh my god. Can't bring myself to do that. I guess we probably can't cast the sabotage in this deck. You can and you must. Oh, what are we doing with our lives? What are we doing with our lives? Oh, the spider isn't great. But we're playing this deck for the spider tie. Like, what do you expect me to do? Oh yeah. It's just a 5/7 reach, alright. We just want to play this deck for the hexproof critters, I guess. Put a random locket in the deck. Alright, it's perfect. I love it. It makes me deeply happy. Put in all these guild gates. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. I hope we never have to play it. I agree with that sentiment. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we're just meant to have Izzet Locket instead of Selesnya. What am I doing? Why is there a Selesnya Locket in my deck? So if this is an Izzet Locket, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7. So this is like first run at a mana base. We get to add one more land, the Dream. Just like living the dream here. We get to add another land to our deck. 3, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have no idea what's better. I guess our deck doesn't function without black mana. Sure. Right, let's not have to play this deck. We can have it in our back pocket, just in case. The point in the stream where I call out random numbers. It's a pretty good point in the stream. Let's do this. It is indeed, Caius. It is indeed. Do we want the Hellkite Whelp in this deck? Over something? It, like, taxes our red mana a bit. Maybe we slide it in. Oh my god, Mafioso. How horrendous is it? Alright, I'm keeping this. Anyone who doesn't keep this isn't a believer. Oh no, the 4-color deck is for us to slide into. If our opponent can feasibly deck us. Oh my god. I mean, you have 2 fine finality. Mafioso, fine finality wins games, right? Come on, Swamp. Grumble, grumble, grumble. I guess an island is acceptable. It's an acceptable draw. They left a card on top. Terrifying. Nice. I can deadweight this, hold up Sinister Sabotage. It's actually a pretty nice turn. Obviously I could get down the Mystic before casting Sabotage, but I think I want to stop them getting Surveil value. Oh, the kit is so good, Caius. Why would someone not play the kitty? Mainly the kitty's good because it's adorable. I guess I counter that 2 for 1. I kind of don't actually want this. But it's not red mana. We've got things we can do with our mana already anyway. Could get down a Trotter. Or I could get down the Mystic so I start getting birds. Which almost seems better to me, because I kind of want to Notion Rain next turn then. I guess a Trotter protects me from like a dragon or something. This is probably fine. Hey DC, good to see you. Yeah, a Trotter stops them playing a good creature, for sure. Deal. I'm okay with that. Now we get to resolve our Mystic. Start making burbs. We've played a lot of Izzet decks, feels like. Across like our 6 matches so far. Alright, please don't counter this. Would really like to read some bones over here. I mean, if they have trash on the board, you just have a free 5 for 4, which is still fine, right? It's not like you're sad about that, I think. There's the haste 4-2 that kind of punishes us for this. Maybe I'm not meant to attack here. But whatever. Hypothesizzle. That doesn't kill my 1/5. It's just a divination. Deal. The Great Hopper command makes me... I was going to say it makes me happy, it mainly makes me concerned, but... If they cast that differently, they could sack it this turn. The way they cast it means they don't get to sacrifice it. Kind of heartbreaking. Keep casting my medium creatures. Honestly, the Flyromancer is pretty nice in this deck. How's our Rao looking? Our Rao has 2 instants or sorceries already. Interesting. Discarded the Quasi-Duplicate to kill my Gorgon. That is fine with me. Makes it a bit scary. They could play a big creature and then immediately copy it before we can kill it. Which is worrying. Another Bomb Walker, yeah. We just opened another one. It's kind of ludicrous. Oh, we get to rebuy a Trotter Gorgon here. And get another burb. This is just great. Jeez. Find is so good. Hey, Caius. What's up? I could hold up Price of Fame to protect myself from them copying something scary. But I think a Trata plus Price of Flame is going to deal with that anyway. I kind of want to get my creature on board. Oh, so... Right. I got there. No, my Atrata! Whatever shall we do? Whatever shall we do, other than kill them with burbs? Young Flyer Monster is so good, jeez. Even if they draw a removal spell now, we just, like, up a Lingering Souls. It's kind of unreasonable, honestly. Guild Gate, sure. Just not doing anything over there. Maybe they're flooding. It feels like they're flooding. Oh my god, Sacrasta, that sounds like complete misery. At least Bedlam Reveler cleanly blocks Chain Whirler. That's something, right? Is there anything that punishes me for casting this? Probably. Oh, there's like, Ritual Offset doesn't even do it. We get to keep both of these. If they Ritual Offset us. On Mountain. No, they conceded before I cast my Planeswalker. I'm so unlucky. I didn't get to pass my Planeswalker. So unfortunate. That deck seems really slow. Thinking of building a Sultai Lands deck in Standard? Can't be too bad. What are you thinking of having in it, Caius? Do we want to board into this against them? They're so slow. Is this just complete nonsense? Boarding into this deck so we have hexproof threats they can never deal with? This seems really bad against them though. The worm. Board in Mnemonic Betrayal. You're probably right. Mnemonic Betrayal seems great. Agree. Take out the Poisoner. I am looking forward to some Betrayal. Ooh. Not quite the card I wanted in my opener, but you know. Perfectly reasonable hand otherwise. I wanted them to cast the Sprite there. I'm a bit worried about missing my land drop and having to discard. So I kind of wanted to deadweight something. On land drop. On land drop. One time. Not using up my one time. I retract the one time. Not wasting my one time. But I would like a land drop very much. That would be delightful. Hey, Teresa. I should have used up my one time. This is probably a waste. I should probably just discard the hand size, but I have too much pride. The sealed format is so wild. It's pretty great. I've been enjoying it so far. They immediately cast the sprite after I used my stupid deadweight. So rude. So rude. Immediately draw another deadweight because this is me we're talking about. Of course. I like how the dead-weighted Dimir Informant is making this embarrassing. Land. Five draw steps in. 5 draw steps in. Alright. Get rid of my Playcrafter. Land. Island, off the top. To be honest, as long as it isn't a tap land, I'm not too picky. Just give me a land, please. Oh my god, I'm so dead. They get to make another one next turn now. The Locket is laughing at me. I don't think I can win anymore. They're gonna make another Watcher in the Mist next turn. Which doesn't seem particularly beatable. For being completely honest. Right, it's fine. Get to be on the play next game. Quasi Duplicate seems pretty good this game, for sure. To be fair, the Quasi Duplicate did literal nothing for them last game. But I think their draw was a bit awkward. Whoa, just not copying it. Giving me a chance here, maybe. I mean, you probably have an answer for this. I'm also kind of forced to do this. Yeah, it's a very strong effect, for sure. Because if they don't kill the first copy, the original copy in time, they're never going to have time to kill the follow-up before you make a second. So it can be very swingy. Living that swamp life in the sewer. Always in the sewers. This is like actually the sewer as well. I am gonna block because I don't think I can beat anything. Show me a spell. Alright. Hypothesis all time. So we need to draw a Determinate and then have them not cast Quasi-Duplicate for some bizarre reason. Okay, oh my god, you can't even just like Mnemonic Betrayal the Quasi-Duplicate. Okay. Conceding. Moving swiftly on. Do we still want the Betrayal? The Bats blocks, but then we just die anyway. We don't answer their board ever. Yeah, Finality is pretty good against them. Or would have been good that game. I still don't think I want the Guildgate though. If we drawn a Guildgate instead of an untapped land that game. Oh, I'm glad I'm helping with that, Espion. Really pleased to hear that. You like the bounce spell against the tokens, huh? It's kind of nice, Freed. I think I agree. What do we want to cut for that? Gorgon is not great. They don't really attack on the ground very much. I don't want to go below 9 creatures with Find in my deck, though. Just make Find uncastable. We could cut a Deadweight. We really need them against the sprites. But we've only seen the one sprite. They don't have that many targets for this. So I think boarding out one is fine. Yeah, I can also make a Quasi fail to resolve. That's true. No, this seems like a good shout. I think I still want the Mnemonic Betrayal. The game 1 went so long. I think they just had a weirdly aggressive draw that game and we stumbled pretty badly. I think the Mnemonic Betrayal, if there's ever a place where it's going to be good, it's going to be here. And then it might still just not be good, but I think it's worth a try. Sand is nice. Yeah, I agree. If there's any matchup where you want it, it's this one. Which doesn't mean that we want it, but it means that it's, like, worth trying. Since the format's new. Oh my god, we get to make them sack it, thank god. I hate this card so much. I love it. I love playing with it, but it's very tough to beat someone surveilling that much from so early on in the game. We have lands of multiple colours confirmed, cannot lose. And they do not have red mana, which is kind of nice. Getting rid of the Surveiller looking really good for us right now. Maybe slowing down the speed at which they find red, never mind. Can we please draw a land in one of these games? Is that so hard? Incoming 3/4 flyer, I assume? Yep. Do I want to bounce this? Or just to dig for my land drop? I think I do. I could wait and hope they go to Quasi-Duplicate and, like, blow them out, but it's my graveyard. Land drop, please. Magic is the worst. Magic is so bad. How am I winning? Oh my god. Alright. Becoming a Hearthstone streamer now. Maybe. I'm so heartbroken. They're gonna cast Quasi-Duplicate next turn. It's gonna be an adventure. Come on. If we'd drawn the land, we'd have got to pass with Price of Fame up and blow out the Quasi-Duplicate and feel amazing. My opponent is indeed at a lower life total. I'm actually hoping to try out Artifact. Artifact seems sweet. Completely agree. Artifact seems enticing. I think Magic's just always going to be my main focus. Interesting. Land. Thank God. Beginning to question my sanity for a moment there. So I just have to Price of Fame one of these, right? Otherwise I'm gonna get murdered. We've already used up our mount spell, so I might as well get rid of the one that stops my rat from attacking. Kinda have to hope they don't have a counter spell, but we haven't seen one from their deck yet. If I keep both of these, next turn I get to cast Notion Rain and Deadweight the Watcher. Turn it into a 1/2, which isn't too relevant. I guess it's pretty relevant against my bats. It's actually kind of miserable. Lines up really well against the bats. Yeah, I think I kind of want both of them. It's really awkward that even as a 1/2, this still just like trumps our bats is the problem. But the Deadweight also gives us like a realistic shot at double spelling at some point. I'm just going to draw both. Try and double spell next turn. Yeah, the 1/2 also blocks my rats as well. That's true. Whoa, that's threatening. Jeez. They have so many flyers right now. Huh. Do I just have to Atrata this turn? And hope to kill something next turn? She doesn't die to Hypothesizzle. So they only have like one. I guess they probably have like 2 spells in their deck that answer her. I feel like double spelling is not actually the easiest thing here. Like the Deadweight. Maybe this was meant to boss them both. I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. Playing this game from like a really awkward position. Like missing our land drops for so long. I think I'm just going to play the Atrata. Hope they don't have removal. We've only seen 2 removal spells in their hand that hit her. In their deck even. And if she gets to assassinate a creature, it's such a big swing for us. Yep. If they attack with both, we put them to 6. Alright, start by attacking. Yeah, this Notion Rain is just a terrible keep. We're just never going to have time to cast this. I don't know why I kept it. Let's get rid of this. Let's shrink this Drake a bit. Hold up, Sabotage. Shrink this instead. If we draw a mountain, we get to kill the Drake, and then we're actually in a decent spot. We get to like draw some cards, discard something like this or this that are like looking kind of awkward on this board. Okay. That is actually a very nice draw. So we get to Hypothesizzle next turn now. I think I'm just holding up Cancel this turn. No need to like to tilt Mafioso. It doesn't achieve anything, right? If I counter this, they get to cast it again. It lets them use their mana really cleanly. Maybe I just want to cast the crab this turn. I take 4 though, and then I die to the Drake. So I'm forced to counter this or else I die. I might still die anyway. It's possible I still die anyway. Also of note, if we'd yeah, now they can maximize velocity to kill me, right? Maybe I had to cast Bartisan's Bats to block, but then they get to tap that instead. It's interesting to note, if I dumped this in the yard, I would have hit the Guild Gate a turn earlier, so I would have got to Hypothesis or the Drake before it could kill me. As it is, I'm gonna like just about die here. Alright. GG's. I think this deck's still good. Misplayed a bit that game, but it's fine. Learning the format right. Opponent's deck was sweet too. Yeah, opponent's deck was decent. For sure. Game 1 it seemed like really mopey, but when it actually drew a flyer, it was able to back it up quite nicely. The 1 blue-red tap a creature deal 2 was actually like better than I was expecting it to look. In that sort of late game scenario, it does just like kill people and swing races really convincingly. This hand is amazing. Cheap interaction and card draw. Very, very good hand. Yeah, Izzet can just kill you out of nowhere without you really expecting it, for sure. Izzet is definitely better than it looks. It's like, the guild is very good at just like swinging races in its favor out of nowhere. Interesting. I'm just gonna fire off this deadweight. Got 2 Notion Rains in hand, so I just want to keep my life total high so I can cast them safely. I don't usually upload deck lists for my limited decks. Alright, regressing using my deadweight a tiny bit here. This is fine though. I think this turn I just want to cancel something so I don't fall too far behind. And then next turn I can Notion Rain. That also means like next turn I can maybe Notion Rain into a deadweight for the Sky Knight. Just really don't want them like resolving something big here. Rewarded. The bats can just trade for this. I'm interested in that bats. I think I now want to hold the Death Toucher back. I don't think we're racing this game really. I think we're just trying to stabilize. And there's like some haste creatures in the format, like the 4/2 haste mentor that we'd want to block with our poisoner. Easiest block of my life. Sure. Deal. Yeah. For as long as we've got things to do other than Notion Rain, I'm just going to cast those things. Because against Boros, it's just important to be playing to the board when possible. Keeping our life total high so that, like, the Notion Rains don't punish us too much when we cast them. And now our Atrata gets to kill the Sky Knight, which is really nice for us. Ooh, we could Deadly Visit and just hold back Atrata, so we can kill the next creature they play. That's kind of nice. I actually kind of like that. Graveyard. Graveyard. Just pass the turn here. Maybe attack with the Hired Poisoner, I guess. Guess this attack is fine. We've now got a 3/5 back. Blocks most of the haste creatures in the format that we care about. Surveil 2 is sweet. Surveil's like... Surveil has been overperforming. J-Post, thanks for the cheers. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean they had a curve out. They went 2 into 3 into 4. They've just... I guess they've been flooding a bit or something. Seems great. Yeah, I was thinking more about haste creatures, but now we've got Disdainful Stroke, I think I can just attack with both pretty happily. We only really get punished by, like, Tajik this way, but we can counter the 4-2. Yeah, in draft, the format's just going to be faster, right? Which is, like, draft formats are always faster than sealed formats, which is going to help Boros quite a bit. Okay, Notion Rain. Graveyard top. That's a really nice one, actually. So now we can, do we even have 2 creatures? Yes, we do. Awesome. Get back both of these. Pass with a counterspell still up. We're just grinding them into dust here, drawing so many cards. Exactly 2, the perfect number. Blocks or becomes blocked by a creature. This card is sick, jeez. Pretty good against our Death Toucher. I think I want to keep holding up Disdainful Stroke here. So I'm just going to pass the turn. Three creatures in our top 23, the perfect number. Why would we want to draw more creatures than that tie? Alright. Guess I just attack with a Trotter. The goblins like keeping our Death Toucher back. It's kind of nice that a Trotter actually like helps stop you decking in these hyper Durdle decks. Guild Mage. That's one I'm happy to have this hypothesis for, jeez. Atrata's been fine. I wouldn't say she's been busted, but she's been pretty reasonable. This is kind of hilarious. I guess we cast our Deadweight for 0 mana. Yes, we cast the 0 mana Deadweight. I think it's not impossible. The games go really long in this format, Socrasta, right? Or it feels like they do. At least in sealed. Just get down my Mystic. Cast the Rats next turn. I want to keep holding this up. It's actually pretty scary. Jeez. Guess we're taking 4. There's the uncounterable deal 6 that can kill us, but guess we're taking 4. One, two, three, four, five, 6. They're dead in 2 turns at the moment. Yeah, the Trotter is very slow to win the game, but she's still fine as just like a slightly slow removal spell that's also a nice blocker. I think this time I'm going to let them draw. I don't think I can go to 2. This might be incorrect, but yeah, risk factor is much better than most cards like that are, for sure. Actually does some nice work. Lazav copying a Trotter should make it faster? Jeez. That is something you can do. We don't really have much life gain, which is scary against their deck. Like, Child of Night is such a bad card, but maybe we want it against them. Just because of risk factor, like, entirely because of risk factor. We just want any way we can get to pad out our life total a little bit. The Hellkite seems kind of nice too, if we can splash for that. What do we want to cut? Need to cut 2 cards. Risk factor might enable red aggro. Risk factor could have a home in standard. I could see it being good enough. It's certainly not far off, right? It's certainly not far off. Actually, I don't want to board out a red card if I'm bringing in the Whelp, and I think we have enough card draw against them. I'm just going to go to the bathroom a second before our next game. Back in 1 moment. Okay. Ooh, this hand is entirely acceptable. We don't have a dead weight, but they put us on the play, so you know. Guess I'm gonna keep. I'm kind of surprised they put us on the play. That deck seems really aggressive. Glad you like the Mew, Motty. How crazy is it to cut an Ocean Rain? I think I don't like that idea against in sealed, even if they're pretty aggressive. In draft, I definitely wouldn't want the second Ocean Rain. I think they seem to have boarded into a different deck though. So there's that. Yep. They sure did. They sure did. I could Ocean Rain. I kind of want to Burglar Rat into Plaguecrafter. Get my Plaguecrafter value. Cast Ocean Rain later. Like this way if they play a creature, it just gets sacked and trades with my rat, which is really nice. Nice clean 2-for-1. Yeah, the way they've handled all the arena stuff recently has been really impressive. The arena streams were a pretty big success. Awesome. Get to trade our rat with this Darkblade agent. Kind of the dream. Sick value. Just got like actual clean 2-for-1 off the rat now. Because we turned the 1/1 body into something. Oh god. Thank you, deck. Appreciate you. I guess we could run the attack here. Probably just meant to run this attack. If they block, it's so absurd for us. Heartbreak. Heartbreak. These are both pretty nice. I think I want both of these. I can go lock it into Notion Rain next turn, if I want. It's like a good way to use the rest of my mana if I'm Notion Raining. Night Osprey. I guess we're dead waiting instead then, which is fine. It does tie. I'm surprised they're not still in the aggro deck, honestly. The aggro deck didn't seem terrible against us. Guess I do my attack first. Like, they almost killed us, and it seemed like they drew really badly in game 1. Like, they were flooding out pretty badly game 1, and they still got really close. Yeah, that's fair tie. Stay on the play game 2 with Boros. Like, higher chance of running us over. We aren't always going to have a dead weight on one to, like, stop the fast beatdowns. We have 5 spells in hand. Jeez. They're also just dying to our board really quickly, though. Sure. Deal. Get to resolve my Notion Rain. Yeah, for sure, Ty. We don't know what their lists are actually like. We've only seen portions of both decks. They have more of an idea of what they're doing with their decks than we do. They didn't block. That's surprising. I wonder what they have if they're not blocking. They could have quasi-duplicate, maybe? And they need something to copy. I'm just going to fire off this Notion Rain, just uses our mana really nicely. Graveyard, library. Playing this is bad against a rats. And I guess we're going to be using all our mana next turn anyway, most likely. Even if we play this next turn. That was interesting, Milkman. I'm a bit surprised by that. Maybe they got some info off the Surveil that changed their mind. Oh, sad to hear that, Mafioso. It's like anything in Magic, right? It takes a bit of practice, and then you get good at it. Like, that's just, like, the case with everything. Ooh, nasty. It's pretty good for them. Hey, Atrata. How you doing? God, I love Surveil so much. All the Surveil cards make me so happy to cast. It's like every time you dump a land with Surveil feels amazing. Oh, Turbo Fog's great, Michael. I think Turbo Fog's going to be one of the best decks, at least for the first couple weeks, until people start respecting it properly. Turbo Fog seems very strong to me. It's just so hard to interact with, right? It forces you to have, like, black or blue cards in your deck, pretty much. This is a lot of damage. They're putting us to 7. Might have to start slowing down here to, like, stop ourselves dying. Honestly. You're excited to Dimir people out, aren't we all? Because Dimir is the truth. Yeah, I can cast a Trata or I can cast my dragon. Probably just cast my dragon and then, like, kill them in 2 turns in the air. I think this turn I'm probably not attacking, question mark. Trading my 3-2 for their 3-2 seems kind of medium, for their 2-3 seems kind of medium. And the 1-3 blocks the 2-3. I could attack for 1, I guess, but I kind of want to play this safe. I feel like I'm in a really strong position. Yeah, I think I'm fine doing nothing too tight. Oh my gosh, that's pretty hype. Opening Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet seems like kind of hard to cast, but I saw someone plussing Sarkhan to play Niv Mizzet on turn 4 on Arena, and was like, this is some kind of dream. I relate to not wanting to play Boros Varan. Sorry to hear that. Did you open any sweet ones at least? Any Aurelias? Come on, cast your 5-drop. If they cast a 5-drop, next time we get to cast a Trata and Divination. I do not know this card yet. I don't really care about this too much, but I kind of want to counter whatever, just so I don't fall behind. Like, their mana's pretty stretched at the moment. Just making sure they don't land anything on board seems decent. What's with all the Boros hate? It doesn't have either of the two good colours. It doesn't have either of the colours of Magic, Marcus. Whoa, that's aggressive. Alright, I guess I block. Sure, you convinced me. You convinced me, opponent. both my creatures here. I guess. They get to make this free power flyer. If they don't block, they take 4, which seems bad for them. I could, like, die to another one of these, I guess, but... I don't know. Maybe I meant to leave this back to block. Like, I'm going to be in such a good position. If I just make sure I don't die, right? Cool. Like, now I just completely dominate the board. A Trata gets to kill something. I have a Divination on board I can sack. Any spells I draw make another chump blocker for the maximized altitude. Sure. So they go to 6. They're gonna go to 2 off my attack, which is not great for them. Alright. I could also just sack this looking for one of my deadweights to put them to 1, but I think this is fine. Their blocker off the board. I'm going to cast this rather than sack the locket, I think. I don't know, if I sack the locket, drawing a blue or red source lets me cast this. I just want to sack this. Yeah, the Surveil's going to help us dig to Atrata later. I think I'm just going to draw cards, because if I draw an island, I get to cast this anyway. If I don't draw an island, I'm probably drawing spells. Like my Planeswalker. That's one of the nice things about Atrata, I guess. You're playing Atrata in decks with lots of Surveil. So, like, you're thinning out your deck before you shuffle Atrata in, and then you're, like, surveilling to dig towards Atrata, which makes it more likely you draw Atrata a bunch of times. That is exactly what value is, Marcus. You don't get value by killing your opponent. Jeez, you get value by drawing cards and taking turns. Clearly how it works. Okay. I would like to attack you with everyone. Exactly, Milkman gets it. Sure. Deal. If you win, you can't draw more cards, so winning is literally the opposite of value. Literally the worst thing you could possibly do in a game of Magic is win. Heard it here first. So I take 1 card and put it in my hand. I really want Atrata, but I guess Sinister Sabotage is pretty good too. Free creatures, and none of them are lethal on their own. Yeah. Value is ensuring that you have had more of the fun than your opponent. The truest gospel I've ever heard. I don't really care about this Plague Crafter, but here we go. Present lethal. Lethal on the stack. Kinda interested in any creature at the moment, I'm not gonna lie. opponent has to wonder what we took over our Trotter. Cancel. Why wouldn't we choose a cancel over our rare? Cancel's just busted. No one's ever beaten a cancel in their life. That's good, Mafioso. That's the most important thing, right? Just learning so you do better in the future. It wasn't really a scry, we put it back. We were like very happy with our medium 2-drop. Alright. Well, this is dreamy. This is quite the hand of magic cards. Keeping your opponent from having fun isn't worth anything if you aren't having fun yourself, and that is what is wrong with Boros. To be fair, I really enjoyed playing the Boros aggro deck in Standard on stream a couple days ago. That was a lot of fun. I'm not like opposed to Boros. I just think it doesn't have either of the good 2 colors. That makes sense, Mafioso. It's like a lot trickier to figure out what to do with the information you're learning. Let's get out my 1-4, start pecking in. Can't be too bad. Graveyard. I'm against a blue-black deck, so maybe Deadweight's not good here, but I'm gonna keep it. Just because it lets me double spell at some point along the line, which sounds really appealing. I mean, if you think Golgari is what you like are gonna have fun with, then go for it. Like, pre-releases aren't about just like spiking and choosing the most powerful guild, right? Like, if I was going to a pre-release, I'd be choosing Dimir, and that would be because Dimir is my favorite of the 5 guilds, and not because of power level. I'd also probably consider Selesnya. I kind of like Selesnya. Selesnya is a fun guild. Surveyor was a lot of fun. Surveyor was a really good mechanic. You need to win the 2-headed giant pre-release with the double Dimir pull. Look at us keeping Deadweight on top. Jeez. Jeez. And they missed a land drop. So we're going to take away the thing that lets them surveil towards lands here. Just everything we could ever want. Hey Mason, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, friend. Casting my Drake or my Atrata? It's not too much I'm scared about them casting next turn. Drake's like more likely to get to attack. I guess I just cast Atrata though. Just like be sensible. Mentors look better than expected. Yeah, Mentors are interesting. Once you like have combat tricks and stuff. Like I've had people like main phase their combat tricks so they get Mentor triggers and make it so that I can't block. It gets really, really cool. I see what happened to you on Arena. I'm kind of curious about this. Wow, actual 4-color over there. I'm gonna just deadweight this in the Trotter. I also just play my Drake and get my tap plan down. That's also fine. Yes, that's reasonable. If they want to trade their Assassin of the Drake, that's like a clean 2-for-1 for me, right? Otherwise they don't get to attack. Alright, pass the turn. If I played the Drake, I don't think they're gonna bounce the Drake, to be completely honest. I guess they would wanted to scry towards land still, but your opponent went turn 1 on the play, you lose 1 life. Oh, I did see that. That was amazing, Mason. That was so beautiful. It made me so happy. Made me happy to see you living your best life. Am I just passing with cancel up? They have 6 mana open. If they, and depending on what they do, we can just hypothesizzle. It's like impossible to pronounce. I do have a Plague Crafter though that kills everything. I could go down the Mystic first. If I get down the Mystic, then this gives me a bird when I cast it in a couple turns time. Hypothesizzle. Hypothesizzle. Oh, the cover-ups make me so happy. Cover-up is like my favourite card in the format by so far, and it's by so much. It's like not even close. I have a ridiculous amount of love for cover-up. Alright, I'm just gonna run out this Plague Crafter, I think. They have 5 spells in hand at the moment, right? Uses my mana nicely if I'm holding up cancel. Upgrade my 1/4 to a 3/2. People are playing the Plague Crafter with the Golgari flip land. Oh, geez, and constructed, you mean? That's kind of disgusting. What is this? Whoa! Devious. Devious, my friend. Do I care? I kinda care. I don't know. I guess this is fine. Devious. It's gonna counter the thing that like interacts with the board rather than their counterspell. I don't think I counter back. Like, I think just stopping them developing their board seems really powerful. Is this an okay thing? This feels like almost like a waste of a counterspell. I'm not convinced by this. Kind of just want to like try and get them dead, and the 3/3 is pretty annoying for those purposes. As is the life gain. Oh, the discard, it's like a 3.5 for 1. That's fair. That's fair. They have found the other cover-up. Exciting. So I kind of want to kill this, so that I can just like battle in with as much stuff as possible. I can get a bird out of the deal too. Although I don't know that I'll have a spell I want to discard if I cast this one. But I want to save this for later on. Just cast my Trotter. Yeah, maybe you're right, Kaz. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. I just liked forcing them to have to play to the board. Just pitch the bird. Maybe. This is like a reasonable spell. But I guess we're going to have a bunch of flyers anyway. Yeah, I think I like Hypothesizzling. I'm not like 100%. I think it's the most appealing thing though. Oh, now I can just get rid of the Poisoner. The Poisoner sucks. Here. I think the Bird is a bit better than the Poisoner. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I actually want to play out my land so I can double spell potentially next turn. It's really bad against the rats. But otherwise I think it's pretty great. Now they're going to 10. 2-turn clock in play. Why shouldn't we kill that if I need to? We kind of want to get our opponent dead, right? They have the late game because of cover-up, devious cover-up looping. And we actually had like a fair amount of pressure on board. So I think it made sense to kill the 3/3. Oh, they have 2 of these. Interesting. I don't really mind if this blocks something. That doesn't really achieve much for them. Like, if I kill it, they're probably just dead next turn, but I think they're probably just dead next turn regardless. They get to block our 1/5 here, but they still go to 6, and then a Trotter should seal the deal. That deck looks so sweet. I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous. They have the 2 cover-ups that we dream of. So the deck is super grindy. It does have targets for deadweight though, because we saw the Okran Assassins. You're amazed they scooped before drawing. They might just... I guess them scooping early shows us that they don't have any outs, right? Which is pretty bad. Doesn't actually seem good against them, because they use cover-up to make sure they don't have cards in their yard that we care about. Do we want the Whelp again? What's the difference between... so sealed is a type of limited. Sealed is limited. Limited is sealed and draft. A bit like how standard is a type of constructed. I think I want this Whelp, but I don't know what I'm cutting for it. The Poisoner seemed pretty bad, honestly, in this matchup. So I think I can cut this. We just don't have like many big creatures this is trading for. Do we want another red source if we're having this Whelp in our deck? We currently have 3 red. We can probably cut a black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Let's just add another mountain here. Seems great. This deck is nice. I'm really enjoying Dimir, the format. Right, can't really mulligan in this matchup. This hand is like not great because it doesn't pressure them, but it's probably fine. We can kill a turn 2 Sprite, which is kind of nice. Wall of Mist. Wouldn't really think of this as a Wall of Mist matchup, but sure. Question is, are we running out the Reed of the Bones next turn? I would have the discard, which sucks. Alright, question answered. Question decidedly answered. Both of these are fine. Guess I want to draw a Trotter next turn. I think I want both of these. The Playcraft is not amazing, but it could get rid of the wall, which is decent. I think it was, they showed us Golgari and Selesnya. I think Milkman. I think this is just the second locket. I might be wrong. But I feel like I didn't see Demir. But I also just wasn't paying that much attention. Like every time I was just like, okay, another locket. Shrug, move on. Notion Rain, that's pretty good. It is not playing to the board though. Battle of the Walls. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a common experience in this format. Just like staring at each other from behind our 1/4s and 0/5s. A Demir locket. Alright, so they do have 3 lockets. I really don't want that Wall of Mist to be able to block. Yeah, if I play Crafter, then I guess they can cast their Cover Up, which is annoying, but it is what it is. We have to get through the Cover Up somehow. Then Boros comes in and smashes you to smithereens. I look forward to dying to Boros repeatedly in this format. Whilst I'm just trying to draw cards. I welcome this fate. The lockets are actually really satisfying designs. They're so much nicer than the signets were. No, not signet. What were they? The clue stones. So much nicer than the clue stones. Sure. Annoying. I think we are going to try. So I wanted to sack this and trade it with the defender so the Etrata could like start attacking. But I have lots of removal in my hand. I'm pretty happy to redraw the Etrata later. I guess I'm just going to swing with her. She's unblockable, I know. I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to use up my Etrata on a defender as the thing. But it's probably fine. Yeah, signets are great, lockets are nice, and then the clue stones are like awful. Yeah, I was almost wondering if we wanted to not attack so she didn't trigger, but I'm not 100% because we have like a lot of removal in our hand, which makes attacking kind of reasonable. Since we can kill the other stuff later anyway. Signets are great because they're 2 CMC. Yep, exactly. Ooh, you don't say. Rao Zarek. Yeah, this deck's pretty nice. Opponent's deck is great, though. Opponent's deck is really cool. Like, I'm kind of jealous of the opponent's deck, if I'm being completely honest. It's like everything I could possibly want out of a Magic deck. Do they have another cover-up now? I guess I'm not casting this Rowzerek quite yet. Just cast my bat. Alright, they do not have another cover-up. The dirtliest of the dirtballs. If we can Disdainful Stroke the cover-up, I think that's pretty great for us. If we can set that up. Disdainful Stroke the second one. Because then they're going to be shut off of their cover-up looping, and they have less cards in library than us. How's the sealed going? The format is sweet, George. I'm really enjoying it. We got to play... It's just like mono Dimir mirrors. What else could you want than mono Dimir mirrors? Alright. Probably should just kill that Sphinx. These are both kind of great. I think I draw the Atrata next turn. And then the Locket afterwards. They might be able... I think they'll probably be able to sack the Locket. We saw, a Golgari Guild... Oh wait, the Golgari Guild gate's in their yard, so maybe not. We'll see. Do we know what their white's for other than the Peacemaker? This is like a really weird card to splash for if this is the only white card. I definitely want to draw a Trata next time because I can draw a Trata with Stroke Up. Yeah, I'm just going to keep both of these. I'm also like concerned if our plan is stroking the cover up. I don't want to like... I want to have some cards left in my library, right? For that reason. So that they deck out first. Yeah, we've seen 4 other green sources so far. The deck is interesting. I'm not like convinced that the green cards we've seen are worth splashing for, but I guess it's kind of free for them if they want to play all the lockets for late game card draw. I wonder how aggressively I'm meant to use this Disdainful Stroke. So I really do just want to save it for a cover-up. To shut them off their late game. But like, depending on what sort of bomb they play, you might be forced to use it. You like how mill becomes the win con without any actual mill cards. Yeah, this format's really weird, Freed. Sometimes. Like, already. I've heard of people boarding in the 1 and a blue enchantment that mills your opponent whenever you cast a blue card. In, like, these Demirish mirrors. Which is, like, probably not good, but probably not that bad either. Interesting. Concoct. So they get a Sphinx back. I feel like they're holding up cover up. They have 4 mana open. I think I let this resolve and then just cast my Atrata to kill the Sphinx. And that's fine. We can just use Atrata to beat it. Since we're drawing her next turn. You've naturally decked once already. One of my opponents earlier had 2 Soul Salvage. Kind of brutal. Hello, Sphinxy. How are you doing? Ooh, they're only 1 green source away from the Locket. Alright. Cast Atrata. Did we see the Atrata to Teferi? We did. Power upgrade. Why are they power upgrading Teferi? Ooh. Nice. Alright. They have 13 cards left in their library. If they attack us with the Sphinx, the Bats gets to hit them, so they kind of can't attack us. Ooh. Brutal. I guess I'm dead weighting that this turn then. What the hell is this garbage? Jeez. Notion Rain, Assassin. Okay, I guess I have to counter that. That seems wildly unbeatable. This does mean we can no longer shut them off devious cover-up loops, which sucks, but this is the world we're in. Take down the assassin. We only have 3 instants or sorceries, I believe. Yeah, so this doesn't kill the Sphinx yet, so we just cast a Trotter. Yeah, as long as they don't draw cover up soon, we're in a fine position, honestly. We're pretty far ahead at the moment, as long as they don't draw cover up like this turn. But if they get to shuffle Vivid Revival back into their library, we probably lose. Gotta get them with the hit counters. Are we at 1 hit already? We're at 1 hit already. Sick. Okay, yeah, swingsies with the Atrata. Opponent got there with the locket. 1k bits if I hit counter them, oh my god. That's a lot of bits. I'll try my best. Do we win with triple Atrata counters or Rao ultimate? Such decisions. Poke your Sphinx. Alright, am I assuming they don't have cover up and slamming Rao? Or am I just like playing a Death Toucher and a Read the Bones and feeling pretty happy about that? So they did pass with 6 mana up. They also couldn't cast any of their green spells. This is tough. Fine. They're like 20% to have it in their hand, right? Something like that. God damn it. Devious cover-up is so disgusting. This is so absurd. They just get to put 4 amazing cards back in their deck now. Devious cover-up, Notion Rain, Connive, Concoct, and the Revival. So like at least 2 of those we can't actually ever beat. So we kind of need to cross our fingers that we can fade or draw a step or 2 here. Connive, Concoct, Deadly Visit. We're going to see a lot of seals ending this way. It doesn't seem impossible. The format seems to head this direction after a while. I think I'm just meant to deadweight this. I just need to get them dead, right? They have the long game by a million miles. And now this way the Whelp kills this next turn. We get in a damage this turn. We just need to get them dead as fast as possible. If we just need, and if we fade 2 draw steps here, we can win this. But white isn't a colour, Marcus. This is an attack. Whatever, 1 damage isn't mattering. I'm not exposing myself to a dead weight. 1 damage is not going to change things in the slightest. Like, obviously that's a free attack for them since it's getting pinged anyway, but I just don't think they're ever killing us with damage. They shuffled back a Notion Rain. So we're kind of hoping we can make the Notion Rain dead pretty quickly. Just by getting in some damage here. Have we seen banding? Clearly no one was ever actually meant to play white cards. Isn't that the truth? Jeez, Michael with the hard truths. Yeah, Notion Rains looked pretty good in this format. Format's very slow. To 5. So if they have a cover up, they get to shuffle in some cards. But I do think we want to cast things to pressure them here. Like, present lethal with this Gorgon, right? Okay, they have nothing. Put on top. Ooh, a rat. Ratty, ratty, rat, rat. Alright, cast my Gorgon, I guess. Could cast the rat. They probably just have a land in hand, though. Sure. I don't think we haven't seen any kick jumpstart cards from them. Vivid Revival. They got back Ochrone Assassin, Centaur Peacemaker. At least the Whelp's really good against Ochrone Assassin. Right? The Whelp is just absurd against Ochrone Assassin. So that isn't quite game over. Wait, what is this? That was the final card in their hand? We could have Ravenous Ratted a Centaur, seriously? Gross. Alright. Burglar at Hypothesizel. Make them discard before we do this. Although we know they have no choice in what they discard, right? They have 2 copies of the same card in their hand. So I might as well fire this off first. Discard this. Kill this. That's my rat. Take one of your 1/1s. Put you to 3. So you're dead to my dragon next turn now. If you have nothing. Yeah, they would have just revivaled the Centaur. That's true. That's true. So we aren't really that punished. Another on 1. Opponent's deck is such a treat. I am so jealous. They've shuffled in like 8 cards into their library and still have 8 cards less in their library than we have. You can't Hypothesis all them, right? It's only creatures. Opponent's deck is such garbo. What are you talking about, Marcus? Why are you insulting the double cover-up deck? How do they afford to a 2/1 first striker? They have a 3/3. They're fine against a 2/1 first striker. I think our opponent's admitting defeat here. Yeah, we ping this and they die on board. Let's do this. 2-1. 2-1 hype. With our sick Grixis deck. Yeah, we did win. I'm pretty happy about that. That game was looking ropey for a while. Alright, let's go first here. This hand is nice. Got a Notion Rain on the play. What more could we want? Are you possibly suggesting we've lost to lost a game this stream already to boarding in a 4th colour. Marcus, how could you suggest such a thing? Alright, got an edict here too. We're against a white deck, so could get run over. Seems unlikely. Poisonous. Now we get to double spell later. I think for now I'm just gonna Notion Rain. We've got lots of things to like catch back up on board. I just want to draw cards. The mysterious Boros color combination. Rarely seen. I am keeping both of these delightful cards. Yes. Yes, I would like to keep Notion Rain and Absurd Planeswalker. Now we can cast some things to catch up on board when they start deploying creatures. Use Notion Rain to hit our 5th land drop for Ralzarek. Rouse Minus already now kills half the cards in opponent's deck. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Oh my gosh. I hope our next pool actually has some cover-ups in it. I'm kind of upset. I'm upset at this pool. Opponent, where are you? Awesome. We have life. Sick. They're just not casting anything. We can just like sit here and cast our Drake, dig for our land drop for Ralzarek. Okay, I could hold up Cancel too, which is not unreasonable. But I think we've got loads of ways to catch up on board. Seems fine. Boros with no creatures. A brave new strategy. Never before seen. Free for 4. Deal. Even gets to pump my Drake. Oh my god. Thank you. You're so giving. I appreciate you, opponent. I appreciate you. What I'm gonna do is cast my Poisoner and pass with like lots of instants up. Try and set up landing Ral next turn. Possibly. Seems reasonable. Poisoner's gonna keep the free at bay. Now we've got like 2 different counter spells and Price of Fame up. We have loads of options here, depending on what they do. Double striking free. I'll cast Playcraft with stroke up. That's reasonable too. It like clears the free out the way to make Ralzarek a bit safer, I guess. If we were to do that. Right, I don't really want to counter this rather than kill it. Because I want a kill spell to follow up my Ral. Kinda want to use the more expensive one. Is that crazy? Because this being 2 mana just plays really nicely with our hand. It's like a bit awkward because we don't know how many expensive things they even have in their deck. But sure. Now we get to land Ral. So we're just plussing Rao here. But that's going to get him up to really high loyalty, so the boar isn't likely to be able to break through and kill him. If we're trying to land in a spell, it's honestly a bit awkward. We kind of need land drops, but I'm pretty opposed to dumping spells in the yard. In sealed. Oh, such punishment. I'm gonna be greedy here, I think. We've got loads of mana already. And find a land off Ral's next plus, so we can cast a 4-drop and hold up stroke. Yeah, Young Flyromancer is great. I'm gonna hold this back. There are like some haste threats. I feel like as long as we protect Ral, we're gonna win this game. Our deck doesn't really win by chipping in for 1. I hit the gate for the Sergeant. Make it a double striker. Easiest block of my life. Are there any trample tricks in the format? I don't remember seeing any, but cool. That is fine with me. Let's look for a land drop this time. Go Mystic with Disdainful Stroke up, maybe. So punished. How are we so punished for our horrific greed? You think I still take the gate? My greed knows no bounds, Milkman. Oh, we can sack Ral to the Playcrafter. I think I'm just sacking the Playcrafter. Getting in for... I'm still just gonna hold this back. We just don't win by pecking in for 1, right? We just want to hold up our Disdainful Stroke. And have the Drake block like the hasty 1/1s off the Rabble Master or something like that. Like as long as we protect Ral, we're gonna win this game. Everything else is a bit immaterial. Alright, let's start getting some things out of our hand. Land, please. Just show me 2 lands. Make this easy. Don't punish me for my excessive greed. Thank you. Appreciate you. Now we get to attack, because we're going to have a blocker back anyway. What's the -8? Instant or sorcery deals 4 damage to any target and you draw 2 cards. I.e. you deck. Cool. Like it. Get down a Trotter. It's like the fastest clock. Or I could get down the Mystic to start making flyers. I'll get on the Mystic. Guess we counter that. It's like not terribly threatening, but I kind of just want to use my mana. And we've got plenty of answers in hand already. We get a 1/1 out of the deal. Also, like, don't even know how many stroke targets there are in their deck. It's not clear to me that embleming this is actually better than just, like, minusing a million times, but I guess I'm gonna do it. Right. So this is like a draw 4 at the moment. Yeah, I think the emblem's gonna close this game pretty convincingly. I think I agree. I could probably just attack like this. I'm a bit worried about decking from the emblem, but realistically that shouldn't happen. Like, you can just start dealing 4 to their face if needed, right? It's probably fine. Alright, just kill your random dork. Deal 4 to this. Draw 2 cards. Entirely reasonable. There are some entirely reasonable things happening here. I'm gonna keep everything on top because I'm really worried about decking with my Ralzarek emblem. I don't feel I can lose as long as I just don't deck. So, that seems pretty reasonable. Right, next turn I get to deal 8 to them. That was great. That was delightful. Alright, so we're playing against Boros. Our deck's kinda suited for Boros already, so I don't think I want to change much. I'm just gonna run it back like it is at the moment. I could see the Whispering Snitch not being terrible against them. Rao Emblem really wants 2 cover-ups. Even with 2 cover-ups, Rao Emblem probably still decks you a lot of the time. If we're being completely honest. And no, we already have like lots of 1-3s and stuff. Maybe we just don't care about the Snitch. Our deck already has a million 1-3s. We're probably fine. Just run this back. I think I'll do one more Sealed League after this one is done. I'm quite enjoying the format. It's super grindy. Sanit's a great early kill spell. Put their 2-drops. Obviously, we have a lot of 4-drops in hand, so we kind of need to run some lands, but I love this crab. Feels like 2/5s are just huge creatures feel so good in the format. Like, huge butts. Just block all the aggressive things. I guess we're playing a control mirror now. They have a swamp in their deck all of a sudden. Yeah. Things got weird. I mean, the rat's pretty nice in these control mirrors. This is the second opponent in this league who's, like, started with Boros and decided that Boros kind of sucks and boarded into Dimir against us. Like, this is not a unique occurrence at this point. Oh, they have the free 2? No! Brutal. Lose my rat. It's fine. We got a card out of it. I'm not too upset. Most of a card, anyway. I don't know if I want to fire off this deadweight or not. I kind of want to save it for a flyer. But we don't know that we're going to hit a land next turn for a blocker to like gum up the board against this. We've got 2 other removal spells for flyers. This is probably fine, but I'm not like 100%. We have 2 other deadweights in the deck as well. And we don't even know that their deck has that many targets for deadweight. So that makes it feel a bit less painful as well. Even though it looks like kind of a spew. Notion Rain, nice. Let's hit a land next turn, please. Not quite. Alright. I always hate casting these cards when you're missing land drops, because you don't want to dump good spells in the yard in these control mirrors. Like, ever. But you also need to find your land drops to actually, like, start playing Magic again. Okay. I'm kind of into both of these. It's kind of perfect, really. Got our 4th land drop, and we've got some card advantage. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well, Mistwarden, yeah. Been enjoying the sealed format. It's been a lot of fun so far. Very grindy. Pretty interesting games. Slept pretty well last night too, which is nice. Muse-Drake. Muse-Drake's so good. Don't know if I'm casting my own Drake. I kind of want to cast my Mystic. I want to cast my Mystic, because I have the Notion Rain coming next turn that I might cast to hit my land drops. So getting the Mystic down will get me some value. It like plays into removal pretty badly, but... Oh, sick. That's pretty good going, Mist. We've just been building the mid-X in both our pools so far. We opened Vraska in the first pool and Rowzarek in this pool. Which is kind of great. Just like mono planeswalkers. I actually kind of want to kill this. We aren't going to be able to block it well for quite a while. This is not an unreasonable thing to kill. It's like obviously not. I'm not excited about it, but I could try Notion Rain into a deadweight to answer it instead. What do I want to do? You open them in the same pool. Jeez, that's amazing, Mist. That's pretty great. I am not convinced this is correct, but I'm going to do it. If I knew there was a deadweight on top of my deck, I would cast Notion Rain, but... we are not privy to that information. Okay, the Poisoner seems bad. I kind of want to draw lands, but I feel like we're going to draw them anyway. So I'm still just going to ditch the land. The game's going to go long. Boop. Thief of Sanity. Is this where I get punished? To be fair, I have lots of blockers for that. Like the Muse-Drake's going to block that. It doesn't actually do that much here. I am just going to fire off the Muse-Drake though. I guess I could Notion Rain. And like the Bird Illusions block this. That's kind of reasonable, honestly. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Go ahead, Dokamoy. Generally pretty happy with people sharing stuff. Ooh, we have the deadweight for the thief. Yeah. Put it into graveyard. Like, I know we can block this, but I think I'm still pretty happy just to fire off a dead weight on it anyway. There's, like, the 1-3 for 2 that could give it unblockable. There are, like, ways they can push it through. It's pretty threatening in general. Plus Vivid Revival. Oh, jeez. Dokamoy. X equals 12. Yep. That is a thing that's happening. That's kind of great, honestly. Do they have a 4-mana counterspell up here? I'm just gonna attack for 1, pass with Stroke Up. Seems kind of reasonable. This could be a cover-up. Could also just be a 4-mana kill spell, but I think they'd have killed this, right? This is pretty threatening. It's not that threatening with the 1-3 on defense, I guess. I'm pretty happy just to attack for 1 and pass the turn. They also only just hit their 5th land drop, so they might have a big 5-drop to cast that we can counter as well. Just be patient, get the most out of our resources that we can. Ooh. It's a nice way to use their mana for this turn. They didn't want to jumpstart it either, which means they didn't have a land in hand at the time, most likely. Unexplained disappearance on my 1-5. Sure. So I'd fall behind on board like a tiny bit, but I don't think that's really the axis this game is being fought on. I guess they're hoping to counter the Mystic on the way back down now. Land is pretty reasonable. I guess it's not a blue land, but I'll still definitely take it. I'm gonna fire off my Drake. Yeah, Drake or Crab, I agree. It's one of these two. I guess Crab is like so mopey they won't want to spend anything on it, whilst it still just like gets a creature on board. If they counter this, we're ecstatic about that. And it like ups our clock by a bit. We now start to get pinging in for 1 a turn again, which is pretty reasonable. Unmoored Ego is bad in Sealed. I would not play it. It just puts you down a card most of the time. Like a lot of the time you'll be naming a card your opponent won't even have in their deck, or wouldn't have even drawn that game, and even if you do get a card out of their hand, they get a replacement. So it's just not a very good card. At least in Limited. It's better in Constructed, because in Constructed, lots of decks lean very heavily on specific cards, to the extent that they can't function without them. So it can be reasonable in some Constructed decks, in certain matchups, but in Limited it's just bad. I think I'm going to cast the Drake this turn. I'm just going to like slowly cast my things until I force them to use their counter. Yeah, you can name basics. It's kind of weird, really. Kind of interesting. I could see that actually being relevant against Tron, as strange as that sounds. Being able to, like, use the first unmoored ego to take a Tron piece. If you do that and it resolves, then you want the second one to take basic forest, so that you can Field of Ruin them as strip mines faster. So it's actually kind of cool that you can name basic forest. Yeah, you take out tower and then forest, which is really weird, but it's actually, like, probably correct. And it's pretty interesting that that's, like, an option. They used a kill spell on our crab. Deal. Five mana. What you casting, opponent? Murmuring Mystic. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, you're probably playing like 2 on the sideboard, but you have Snapcasters as well, Chippy. I could see it being correct sometimes to take that line. It's like not going to be a common occurrence, but it is something that will come up for someone somewhere in the world. Kinda want to kill this. I don't get flyers is annoying. Just cast my Locket and my own Mystic. Like, get double blue and play. That sounds kinda nice. Playcrafter seems great here. I guess this is the only turn Playcrafter's gonna do anything, right? Because once they have birds, it won't do anything. That is true. And we can trade like a bird with the drake so that we have better attacks. I actually agree with you. I actually think this is reasonable. And if they counter this, it's like a really bad use of a counter for them. Yeah, I'll trade a bird with something. They sack the drake, our bird also starts to get pecking away. No, they just can't block our flyers. This is great. Maybe I was meant to sack the 1/4 rather than the bird. I think I was meant to sack the 1/4. That was a mistake. I hadn't considered like getting rid of the flyer. It just makes the bird so much more relevant, like into actual threats. Yeah, pretty convinced we were meant to sack the 1/4. Another Mystic. Terrifying. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I have to try and kill one of those. Yeah. Pretty sure I have to try and kill one of these. Try to kill it after attacks, you're correct. Because we're not attacking on the ground anyway, right? Yeah. Agree. Kind of unfortunate for them they don't have the 2 mana draw one in their graveyard anymore. It makes 2 birds at the moment. Kind of great for them. Eep. Yeah, that's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. I still think we got this at the moment. We're ahead by so many cards, but the Mystics are going to do good work for them, catching them up in terms of card advantage. We just can't kill these now. So every instant and sorcery they draw basically draws them an extra card. 2 1/1 flyers are like roughly a card from their perspective. I'm gonna cast my Mystic. Is this another post-attacks thing? I guess it is. I mean, if I can get my Mystic going, then I like battle their Mystics by a tiny bit. Try and keep vague bird parity. I do need to get Rao down soon too. Rao decks me really fast, which is a concern. But Rao's also like really hard to protect in the face of the burbs. Is there anything good we can return with the Mystic? Are they going to try and take my Drake down? And then I can return the Drake. Yeah, I can return Drake Rat. Which is not terrible. I'd also have got Rao down here, but I think this is pretty good. Pretty good use of a turn. Just like start making our own burbs. Try and keep pace here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 mana. So we draw a land, we get to go Rao plus Drake. And the Drake gets to block some burbs. Although we can actually kill a Murmuring Mystic with Rao now that we put Find in the yard. Start getting them under control. What is this attack? Huh. Guess I block like this. I definitely don't block with my Mystic. Don't want to risk my Mystic dying to like double dead weight or something silly like that. Gross. Why weren't they playing this deck instead of Boros? Their deck is so good. It's really weird to me that they were playing like a medium Boros deck instead of like their actively great Grixis deck. Like having 2 young Flyromancers, so strong. Such a coherent game plan. So I want to rat them this turn to get their final card. And I guess I want to Drake whilst I'm at it. Yeah, it's called Young Flyromancer, Dokamoy. It makes me happy. That is amazing, Caius. That is the perfect rules update. Literally never heard of a better rules update. How are we gonna kill them? Genuine question. How in fact do we kill our opponent? Also, I should figure out how many lands are in their deck at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're 50% lands, 50% not lands. 50% the removal spells that make 2/1/1s. We kill with a Trotter. Ooh, good point, Milkman. Jeez. That's actually a nice point. We do have a Trotter in our deck still, don't we? If they can't kill a Trotter, we could actually win this. I think I want to kill a Mystic. They get to take down Rao if I do this, which is not great, but Like, I could plus Rao and dig for a Trotter. 1-3 gets to block one of these. Not convinced this is correct. Yeah, Rao probably isn't long for this world anyway, and I think I need to kill the Mystic. And we have the Notion Rain to dig for a Trotter and the Izzet Locket, so I think we're going to be fine on that front. So the Drake is on Illusion blocking duty. The Burb is on Leapfrog blocking duty. We don't want to trade the Burb off with another Burb, because we need to be able to block the Leapfrog, I think. Ooh, this is nice. Nice little bonus from a land over there. Cool. Get to take down a Burb. Saw a Rao killed like a Fly Romancer and a Burb, which is entirely reasonable. This is so bad at the moment, jeez. Alright. Fire off this Notion Rain. See what we see. Just digging for a Trotter so we can win this game. Graveyard, we are going to keep the cancel at this point in the game. So we can pass with Locket plus cancel up. We can only do one or the other, but I'm not convinced casting the Bats achieves very much. Right here, I think I just want to dig towards a Trotter as fast as possible, so we can end the game before they draw multiple removal spells. Sick. They whiffed for a turn. That is great for us. That is very, very good for us. Okay, Hypothesis should find us the Atrata, right? I get to kill the Leapfrog with my Bats, I guess. Just fire this off main phase. I can't actually cast Atrata this turn though. So I guess I just pass the turn in case they cast like an X4 I want to kill with the Hypothesis instead. Atrata looks amazing in this sort of game that goes on forever. Oh yeah, if Atrata's the last, if Atrata's ever the last card in the library, we die. That is true. But she's still the only way we win, so we have to play towards her, I think. Oh god. Jeez. I think we're gonna die. Oh, it also uses up one card in our library each time we cast Atrata, right? I don't know that we could have even actually casted this. It's possible we can actually cast Hypothesis in order to kill our opponent here. Because, yeah, Atrata's going to shuffle in as the last card in the library, and then we're going to draw her and die. I think is what's going to happen here. Awkward. Weird game. Very weird game. Time to attack out? Yeah, I guess. I guess we're not achieving anything by sitting back at this point. Yeah, I guess attacking the burglar means they don't get a clean block with this. Or they're forced to block this with this, but I think I prefer holding it back. I don't think attacking actually accomplishes anything, but Maybe they block badly. Atrata's guaranteeing free damage next turn too, which is something. Alright. Sure. Do I cast my bats? Atrata's giving me another card in my library next turn. I need to try and get the bat through by like making them not have any illusions as blockers, almost. Like try and get through all their illusions next turn, so that the bats can hit them for free, maybe. So I think this turn we attack all. They get to block the Mystic on the rats, but maybe they block enough things with illusions here for our sake. I'm gonna put them to 4, kill the Mystic. If they double... Wow, they might actually die here, maybe. We're gonna put them to 2, kill the Mystic. Oh, they're gonna go to 1? Seriously? I think they're gonna go to 1. I think we can only put them to 1 this game. Because they smartly didn't double block the Gorgon. If they double blocked the Gorgon, it's possible we win this. That's kind of wild. This game was great, jeez. I wonder if we could have won it if we played a bit differently. We could have played like more aggressively earlier, I guess. Or tried to kill a Mystic earlier, a Flyromancer. If they killed all their creatures, we'd lose for that reason too. That's fair, Michael. That's actually an interesting point. We wouldn't get an extra turn if they just chump everything away. That's really weird. Alright, I guess we want this. If their game plan is to go super long, I kind of want this Mnemonic Betrayal. We're up 45 seconds. We are, which is pretty great. Alright, let's try this. We're up in time. I think our deck's probably a touch better than theirs. From what we saw, it's mainly the Flyromancers that cause us a lot of trouble. We can try and keep those off the board and like save removal spells for them. It's possible they switch back into Boros and embarrass us for this Mnemonic Betrayal. But I think if they're playing blue-black, we really want it in our deck for if the game goes super long. I think I'm willing to like have one awkward card against Boros for that sake. I also feel like our deck's pretty good against Boros with the Deadweights and the Crab and stuff. So we'll be fine if they're on the Boros plan. Alright, they might be putting into a different deck. They're kinda tanking for a while here in sideboarding. First, keep, has an Ocean Rain. Can't really mulligan this. Selesnya Guildgate. Interesting. Change of pace over there. 2-1 first strike, sure. I kind of want to use my mana efficiently. I can deadweight that next turn. I can go deadweight plus Notion Rain this way. Just uses my mana way better. Right? Alright. Notion Rain. Graveyard. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's kind of tempting not to, because we've got like Rousarek coming down. We kind of want another sorcery in the yard. Maybe their deck's a bit more aggressive since they boarded back into the Boros cards. So like maybe the life loss matters now. I think this is fine though. I think this is fine. Free double strike. Gross. Just fire off this rat. Fire off the Notion Rain. If we can jump an instant or sorcery in the yard, Rao Minus gets to kill this, which is nice. Graveyard. Graveyard. Deadweight's pretty good against it too. Now Deadweight plus Rao Minus kills it. Deadweight also just like makes it way less relevant in general. Don't know if I meant to block this or not. Just to buy 6. They don't even want to attack. They have a Convoke thing, maybe? They have a Convoke thing. It's pretty good. It's also pretty good. Discard the Is It Locket. Kill this. This currently has 3 in the yard. So we might end up casting the Deadweight next turn anyway, in which case we should just do it this turn. Turn this into a 2-2. Which just like makes this like kind of irrelevant. Whatever. We're up so many cards I can afford to throw away half a card here. Up on cards, up on time. Take 2. Quite happily. Disdainful Stroke. Change of plans, I guess. I could find Finality this turn, so I get my land drop down. I only have a Gorgon in my yard though, that seems really bad. I'm pretty happy just trading this off with the Loxodon here. I'm gonna have to be able to stroke a big creature, Rao Minus a small one. Oh, we just have a 3-1 attacker? Deal. I'm pretty cool with this. Demoted to a 3-1, can only attack. Seems good. Rao Zarek. Pump spell. Okay. Opponent not allowing us to misplay. Are you suggesting I should not in fact be trading my 3-1 flyer with their vanilla 2-2? This is exciting. Yeah, taste it. Haste it. I would in fact like to keep my Ralzarek in play. Scary. Never mind, doesn't do anything. Cool. Now we have cancel up. They can only put Ral to 1. We only have 14 cards left in our deck. We've got through 26 cards in less than 3 minutes. I'm pretty impressed personally. Murmuring Mystic. Deadly Visit's pretty nice. So's a Trotter though. I guess a Trotter ends the game. Oh, we can dump a Trotter in the yard and find her back though. Yeah, get the Deadly Visit in our hand. Seems great. Hold up Sabotage again. Hey Fuzzy, good to see you. Surveil is great. Surveil is a true delight, if ever there was one. So we have to block. I'm pretty scared of the uncounterable deal 6. That is a way we could lose this game. 5-2. Doesn't even do anything, right? Minus on your 5-2. Oh, that's awesome, Fuzzy. It's pretty exciting. Bugler. Bugler you. Good, good. Now they're dead next turn. Easy 4-minute game. Did we ever have any doubts I could win a game in time? Was there ever any doubt? Cool. How are you finding, Ooh, Lazav is what are you doing with Lazav that makes Lazav so good? Lazav's like a nice early blocker. I was finding the ability kind of awkward, but... I guess they're dead on board anyway, even before I cast this, but... Showboating, you know? Oh, it's like a Seeker Squire that's not dead in the late game? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, like, the Scry is kind of nice in the late game, I guess. We 3-1 or 4-1? I kind of lost track. I think we're 3-1. Alright, we're 3-1. With our Ralzarek deck. I am going to disappear for a minute. Go get some water. Quickly pop to the bathroom. And then we're going to finish off this league with this sweet Grixis deck. Hopefully get our 4-1. First 4-1 of the format. get that full one. Thanks for the host thespian. Don't know that you had any viewers, but still. Oh my gosh. Right, we need this full one in our lives. We're well on our way to it. I think the deck's very good. So lots of just like nice grindy card advantage here. We'll go first. We need to draw lands with this hand really badly. This might not actually be a keep. We've got a deadweight to buy time, but we need to run so many lands. I'm gonna keep this, but I think honestly on the play it's really close. Just because so if we brick on land drops we're in a lot of trouble. Awesome. Partway there. Thank God. We do not mulligan here. Who mulligans? Who even mulligans? I think I'm just gonna fire off this deadweight. I don't know, I could cast this, it's more mana efficient. But I'm not blocking the beetle. Taking 2 isn't that relevant though. Maybe they cast something better for us to deadweight. Like, the beetle's about to be brick walled by the 1/5 if we had our land drop. Wasting a spell on the beetle just doesn't seem worth it. Beetle's gonna be irrelevant pretty quickly. If everything goes smoothly. And this dies, put a counter on target creature you control. That's pretty nice. Get down our Mystic. Hopefully this Mystic does good blocking work. %100% blocking. I'm actually tempted to block with this now. It's probably bad though. Hey all, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. It's like kind of tempting to block because we've got this find in our hand. 1/5s are great in this format, honestly. They're like pretty impressive. I'm really unsure about this block. The thing is we have to find, so we can like recycle this. I think this is fine. We've got like Ralzarak coming down at some points, keeping the board clear is nice on that basis too. Alright. And now when this dies, it doesn't get to put a counter on anything. So I might just fire off this deadweight now, just so like this never gets to put a counter on anything. It feels like a waste because this body isn't that relevant, but I think this is fine. That sounds like a pretty nice morning war, to be honest. Sounds like a pretty nice morning. Oh, they get their counter on their Whisper Agent. Fine. We will move on from this. I'm doing pretty good. I had kind of a rough night, but I slept really well. And I'm doing pretty well today. I've been really enjoying the new format. I think I'm going to do a weekend stream too. I think I'm going to do some standard tomorrow, quite possibly. Yeah, our sealed deck is great. The sealed deck is very, very good. Do I just want to kill the agent? It feels like a spew. Feels like a spew. I'm just going to pass with the price of fame up. Playing this land might be a mistake. There's ravenous rats in the format. I'm just going to pass with the land in hand. I mean, it basically is Civic Wayfinder, right? Pretty much the same card. Alright. I will take 2. That is A-okay. Because now if they cast anything big, we get to kill it. I District Guide's really good. I expect District Guide to be like a solid role player in Standard too. We were like trying it out a bit in Standard, and it always looked very reasonable in the games we were playing. Bats. Ooh, so now I kind of want to Price of Fame something, so I get my 1/1 to trade with the bats. Yeah, alright, I'm just going to fire this off now, because the 1/1's so good against the bats that I think this makes just like firing off the removal spell and using our mana worth it. We've got the Is It Locket for Rao. Great. So if we draw the Is It Locket, we can't actually cast Rao next turn. Yeah, getting a gate is nice for sure. Do not disagree on that one. Kind of wanted to draw this Disdainful Stroke and then the Locket. We could go Rao with Disdainful Stroke back up the turn after though, which is really appealing. I guess that makes sense. If we draw the Locket first, then we get to go Rao with Disdainful Stroke back up the turn after. Seems very, very solid. I'm going to play this land out now. If I plus into lands from Rao, I'm going to want to be able to play them. I'm drawing cards that I want as much mana in play as possible. This is aggressive. This is incredibly aggressive. Trading the bats with a 1/1. Jeez. Fine Finality has been really, really good. This like 2 mana Soul Salvage is great, right? Jeez, it's a 6/6. That's pretty problematic. Huh. This is pretty problematic. So am I going Rao plus, or am I getting back this Gorgon, just so it can block this? I get to go rebuy Gorgon, cast Gorgon, still have Stroke up, and I get a bird. I think that sounds pretty nice to me. It almost feels like a spew, but we're getting a bird out of the deal, which kind of makes up for like the fact we're only getting back 1 creature. I just want to be able to protect my Rao as well as possible. Which this does a lot of good work to do. Yeah, I'm just going to counter basically anything here. I just want to have an empty board for Rao. This gets a spell in the yard for Rao as well. This is nice. Maybe this is better. This is like a really good one to get going, honestly. Bounty of Might? Which one's Bounty of Might? I don't know all the cards quite yet. Kinda just want to get this going. I need to get the Atrata Killer treatment, I really do. I also just want to get that 6/6 off the board, right? Which Atrata lets me do. I'm gonna poke with 1 burb. This is fine. Just attack with both. Oh, the 3 times plus. Yeah, that seems absurd. I agree with you completely, Mist Warden. That card seems completely ludicrous to me, for sure. Just very, very powerful. Which of these do I want? The rat blocks this, which is kind of nice. And like trades with a card. I guess I just take the rat. The Playcrafter only just gets the guide out of play, which doesn't really accomplish much. The rat seems good. I think I want the Playcrafter. I can try and get the guide off the board maybe. It's if I take the Plaguecrafter and I attack with the Gorgon, they 100% block with the Guide. It's like a very easy block from their perspective, and we get to punish them, maybe? Interesting. Maybe we get to do that. I think the Rat's still good as well. Like, both of them are pretty appealing picks there. Five mana. Vigilance and +X. Okay. So I can pump the Guide and attack with it, and I just jump with the Rat, right? Yeah, just jump with the Rat here. Rat's done his job. I want to save the Death Touch for one of the big creatures. We have 3 instants and sorceries, so we can't kill this quite yet, so I guess we're just plussing. That's great, that makes birds. Birds are just, like, amazing at the moment. For blocking, keeping Rao alive. We could deck. Could also kill our opponent with burbs. We'll see. We'll see which of those occurrences comes about. Guess I'm just gonna draw this. It's like not terribly impressive, but it is a spell. Oh, that sounds great, Scum. I hope you enjoy it. Pre-releases are just amazing. I have always been a fan. Alright, I think our plan is not to ultimate Rouserac, because we will die to the emblem. But we should just be able to murder all our opponent's creatures now and kill them with burbs. What guild are you going with, Lake Scum? Whoa! What the hell? We're so dead. Jeez. You die to the emblem because it makes you draw cards. So in limited, like in these sorts of decks, the emblem just kills you, I think, a lot of the time. Jesus, this is brutal. Okay, I mean, I guess we have to just let Ral take this and kill and work through their creatures here. We can kill both of these, so like if we lose the Mystic, I don't think we can actually kill them in time is the problem. So you're gonna do Dimir. Dimir is sweet. Dimir is like one of my favorite guilds. Lots of card advantage. Kinda tricky. Let's take the Deadweight. The Hypothesis will kills one of these. Alright. Hypothesis can take down this. The other option is, This is so tough. I have to kill my opponent in time before I deck. It's so hard to kill people before you deck sometimes in this format. Format is kind of a dirtle fest. So we deal 4 to this, 2 to this. But then we have to chump with a burb. Amusingly, if we just like randomly deadweighted the 6/6, like I was kind of tempted to. the languish effect would only have left them with one creature, and we'd actually like be in have a very decent shot of winning this game. Razorex's really awkward in Limited. Like, obviously he's incredibly powerful and has won us a bunch of games, but you also end up just like dying to him some amount of the time. You know, it's possible I'm meant to discard the crab, deadweight this, so that I can block with my 1/5. You think I should just let Rao die? Oh, to keep my bird? No, you're right, because I can't afford to plus Rao that many times, right? You're correct, Milkman. I don't think it's going to end up mattering, but I think you were very correct about that. I don't have it to hand right this moment, but I was just playing BBD's list. If you look at Ryan Brondewin's articles, you should be able to find it easily enough. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Because the Atrata's in our graveyard too. The Atrata and the Find are in our graveyard, so we can't even get extra turns. I don't know if we could have won if we let Rao just die there. Maybe we could have. We'd have an extra flyer, they'd be on 13. We'd be pecking across for 2 a turn, but we have to chump the 6/6s one of the 6/6s pretty quickly. It's tough. Not 100% sure. One way or the other. Okay. Concerning. They attack with the 6/6. Our 2/5 might get to attack them. What? They have 2 finalities? How do we beat 2 finalities? Alright. I mean, put you to 12. Can't afford to draw any more cards the rest of the game from like lockets and stuff. Opponent cheated and brought cards from home. They sure did. They sure did. Also, even if we do find an answer to this, we just die, right? To decking. Whatever. That deck is so good. I don't know how we beat this, honestly. 2 copies of Find Finality seems kind of horrendous for us. Is this where we're boarding into our sideboard plan? Our, like, really questionable sideboard plan that happens to have a bunch of 7/5s. Is this unreasonable? To change anything about this based on what we've seen? Huh. I kind of just don't want things that die to finality is the problem. But I also need creatures for, like, my Find Finality. Yeah, I think we just need these as finishers. I'm pretty sure that's the case. Like, they just can't target these. If we clear their blockers out the way, these will kill them in, like, a timely fashion. I'm just wondering if I want to change anything else about this. I'm wondering if the Mnemonic Betrayal is also fine against them, because their deck is kind of grindy and slow. It's probably not good. I think the Murmuring Mystic's still good, even though they can answer the tokens. I think I still like the Murmuring Mystic, despite that. Hey, brave guy. Good morning. Good to see you. How do you sleep? This is indeed what we signed up for. All our colors. How can we lose? Excuse me. This is a great hand. Hand is perfect. How can it lose? Got so much mana ramp to cast our 7/5s. I like that our plan for the 7/5s isn't convoke them out, it's cast them for 9 mana. We just changed the deck, Lake Scum, because the deck we were playing is very bad against what our opponent is playing, since they're really good at answering all the threats in the other deck, whereas this deck is like better able to fight them, I think. Free ones, start pecking in. That deck is honestly kind of amazing. Hey friend. How you doing? How's it going? Arboretum Elemental. Hope you're having a nice day over there. Alright, let's draw ourselves some lands so we can cast this big fellow. That's pretty good. 5, 6, 7, 8. We're like almost there. I'm not worried about them beating me down. I guess the moment this comes down, it just blocks everything forever, huh? Kinda just want to hypothesis all this turn. Is that crazy? Because if I go Locket plus Swamp, I need to hit an untapped land for the Elemental. Yeah, this is fine. Just like casting the Elemental next turn is so good. I think I'm going to play towards it. Excellent point. Well presented, Prodigy. I came to that conclusion eventually. I got there eventually. Alright, 5, 6, 7. I mean, this is also just a divination, right? You don't have to kill something with this. A Trotter. Dees. Cast this with random lands. Oh my god, we're gonna die to random mopey beatdowns from a 3-2 and a 2-2. They're gonna put us to 8 this turn. Like, both their creatures are just like so sad to have to spend kill spells on, but I guess that's the world we're in. Now they have a random flyer too. Guess I have to kill something. It's really awkward. I have to kill the 3/2 and leave them with the Pilfering Imp. And then, like, hope they have no follow-up creature. Maybe this elemental plan wasn't good. I just don't know how we ever beat finality with our original deck is the problem. The only way we have to beat finality is like casting an Atrata, bringing it back with find, and like crossing our fingers they never kill it. But they have so many terminates in their deck, I don't think that even works. Alright. So we need to draw something that deals with this turn, whilst also being able to kill this. 5, we're 1 mana short. We can kill this, but then we just die to their board. Huh. Can we plus Rao into anything? I don't think we can. Pretty sure the answer is no, but I guess we should find out. Alright, poison is like almost good enough. GG's. That deck is great. Jeez. It's like really impressive. Lots of solid 2-for-1s and grind. I kind of want to do another sealed. It's going to take a while. I'm also aware I'm going to do lots of standard tomorrow. Unsure. I wish drafts were up. I'm kind of into the idea of some drafts. Let's do some more sealed.